All right, guys, we got a bunch of C8 Corvette news to dive into today, so we are getting right into it, starting with the reason you clicked on this video. And yes, it is about the C8 Corvette ZR1 because it may be coming a lot sooner than any of us thought. Let's talk about it. So the news recently came out that the Corvette assembly plant is suspending plant tours beginning February 5th, and they're indefinitely suspended. They have not given an end date to this suspension. Now, at first glance, these dates line up pretty well with the new E-Ray coming out, so a lot of people are speculating, oh, they're shutting it down because they're retooling the plant for the E-Ray. Well, guess what? They already retooled the plant for the E-Ray, so that's definitely not what they're doing. What's left? Well, you guessed it, the C8 Corvette ZR1. Could they possibly be retooling the plant for the ZR1? If they are, then we are looking at this car coming much earlier than any of us suspected. Now, there's been a lot of rumors online saying that the C8 Corvette ZR1 could possibly be a 25, but then there's the other side of everything, a bunch of rumors saying that a lot of people were speculating it was going to be a 26 because of how much trouble GM has had with getting parts for the Stingray and the Z06 and now the E-Ray. All right, guys, it is time again for you to take your chance at winning a 2024 Corvette Z06. You can get entered for as little as $25, and with that $25 purchase, you actually get a 5-ticket additional promotion just for doing it from the link in the description down below and being, of course, a horsepower-obsessed fan. You click on that link, it's going to give you 5 additional tickets for the same exact $25 cost, or you could go as high as $1,000. It doesn't matter. If you want to go all out on this thing and really get a good chance of winning this car, either way, you will get an extra 25% more entries on each ticket package purchased. The details of this car, like I said, it's a 2024 Z06, 2LZ trim package, Arctic white exterior, adrenaline red / black two-tone interior, the competition sport seats, bright red brake calipers, red seat belts, gloss black wheels, engine appearance package, and black exhaust tips. The end date for this, guys, is August 25th of 2024, so this is a little bit of a longer running one, but do not waste any time. Get entered to win this thing right now, or worst case scenario, you don't want the car, you can take the grand prize cash option as $100,000. Either way, jump in here, get your 25% extra tickets, and maybe you'll be the proud new owner of this Z06. This is looking like Chevy is going to lump on the ZR1 onto the backs of all those other cars and make it even more difficult to get these things. But either way, let's talk a little bit about this. Like I said, the article happened over at the CorvetteBlogger.com. It says that the Corvette plant is suspending tours starting February 5th. And if we scroll down a little bit here, guys, we get to see the official message from the National Corvette Museum, and it states, due to manufacturing advancements, tours offered by the National Corvette Museum of GM's Bowling Green assembly plant will be suspended beginning Monday, February 5th, 2024. At this time, there is no confirmed date for the plant tour resumption. The National Corvette Museum will remain open to the public and continue regular operations. To reserve your spot through February 2nd, 2024, visit us online at thecorvettemuseum.org. As more information is made available, it will be shared by the National Corvette Museum. That really, to me, sounds like they know what the issue is, they just don't want to say it. Now, the Corvette blogger goes on to put in a little bit of their own information. They think that it's a positive move meant to shield some of the upgrades happening for America's favorite sports car for the upcoming 2025 model year. We've already alluded to the coming of the 2025 Corvette ZR1, but they think it's more likely that there's a mid-cycle change coming that may see the removal of the Great Wall of Buttons from the Corvette's interior. Now, this has been something we've talked about before on the live videos. The removal of that Great Wall of Buttons has been something that's been a rumor since, I believe, 2021, and it has yet to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen, and I kind of maybe more so hope it doesn't happen, because that really is removing a good bit of the C8 Corvette's identity, in my opinion. But regardless of why they're closing the museum, I do believe it has a lot to do with the Corvette ZR1, just like the CorvetteBlogger.com has said as well. The article goes on to say kind of the obvious thing is if the closure is due to quote-unquote manufacturing advancements, it would make sense that GM doesn't want Joe Public going through the plant and noticing any changes as it manufactures those captured test fleet CTF cars for the new model year, likely to be the ZR1. So fingers crossed, guys, we could be seeing a ZR1 really soon. Moving on to the next bit of information, guys, we have seen a bunch of C8 Corvettes being shipped up to Michigan from Bowling Green, and no one really knew why until now. So again, over at the CorvetteBlogger.com, we get a little more clarity on those new Corvettes sent to Michigan. The article starts off by saying 6 weeks ago, we learned that Chevrolet had started shipping Corvettes to Michigan for unknown updates/repairs. More recently, photos of the parking lot where those Corvettes are stored showing at least 100 new vehicles parked in a fenced lot in Pontiac, Michigan. There's been a lot of speculation as to why these cars were sent to Michigan, and every one of those owners was able to talk to GM about the issue. The representative would refuse to confirm. Now there's been a change, as at least 2 of those owners with the cars parked in Pontiac Purgatory are now saying that the issue all along has been the dual clutch transmissions for the Stingray. Those 2 owners confirmed that important news today in a gigantic thread on the subject at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum.com. The owners are both saying that their representatives from GM's Executive Resolution Board have confirmed that their Corvettes were sent to Michigan due to a transmission problem. One of those owners writes that his car finally moved inside the Penske Service Center for repair just today. We still don't know if they're repairing or replacing the dual clutch transmissions, but the reason for sending the cars to Michigan is that there was simply no room at the Corvette assembly plant for that many cars to be fixed. The fact that it is the dual clutch transmission issue also explains why the cars up in Michigan were all Stingrays, which have their own unique transmission. Those transmissions for the Stingrays were updated for the 2024 model year, and they feature a redesign, with one of the benefits being that it no longer necessitates the adding of 2 quarts of transmission fluid for those taking their cars to the track. The Corvette blogger also learned today that another 2 of the Pontiac Purgatory Corvettes have been released from the Penske shop and are now on their way back to the National Corvette Museum, where they'll finally be delivered to their owners nearly 3 months after they rolled off the assembly line. So, guys, what do you think about this? Are any of you out there waiting for a 2024 Stingray? Because if so, you could be affected by this. It sounds like the 23s, the 22s, the 21s, the 20s, all are kind of immune to this issue because it seems like this is a 24 issue only because of that redesign. But if you're waiting for a 24, yours may find its way to Michigan as well for the same kind of problem, and that would not make me feel super confident. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Moving on to another piece of information, this is a little bit more of a sunshine or rainbows kind of news here, is that the 2024 Stingray and E-Ray are Car and Driver's 10 best. So yeah, right after the transmission issue, we go on to the fact that the Corvette's actually winning awards for being super reliable. Now, the article here comes to us from the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, and it starts off by saying another award was just earned by both the 24 Stingray and the 24 E-Ray. They eliminated the Z06 because of its price increase. That kind of sucks, but congratulations to the Corvette team and all of us Corvette owners. The Car and Driver article starts off by saying that the screaming Z06 gets kneecapped by a price increase, but the C8 generation Chevrolet Corvette is still a winner and now boasts an enticing new addition, the electrically enhanced all-wheel drive E-Ray. It should come as no surprise that the Chevrolet's Corvette has earned another 10 Best trophy. After all, it's made the list 25 times, trailing only the Honda Accord as the all-time leader recipient of our most prestigious award. That's pretty cool. So the C8 Corvette in general has been super reliable, super awesome, basically, and that is a fantastic feeling to have as a C8 Corvette owner. Like so many things in today's world, the Corvette's price continues to rise. This mid-engine beast is now in its 5th production year, and cost of entry has crept up $10,000 since the car's introduction, albeit to a still relatively attainable $69,995, a remarkable value for a car that masterfully blends multiple personalities. Flog it at the track on Saturday, then cruise it to church on Sunday. Why only drive it when the weather's warm? Mount some winter tires to it and drive it year-round. It won't care. Sadly, this year's price spike pushed the high-revving Corvette Z06 above our $110,000 price cap by almost $4,400. We suspect a few grand won't deter potential buyers from that 670 horsepower 5.5 liter V8 powered Wild Child, but rules are rules. So basically, guys, there's a lot of stuff to read here. I will link it in the description down below, but ultimately it can all be summed up in the fact that the C8 Corvette, regardless of what performance variant you get, is a pretty freaking awesome car, and you should probably be buying one if you can. But that's going to do it for today's news, guys. If you liked what you saw, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so I can keep making these news updates for you. If you have any questions about the content, leave them in the comment section down below, and we will definitely have a conversation. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have tons of content like this coming you're not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.